Welcome to Living Life Unbinged. I'm your host, Christy McCammon, and I'm here to help you conquer sugar cravings, break free from food obsession, and step into the surrendered and abundant life God has planned for you. Let's dive in. Today, we're talking about surrender, not just as a nice idea or an abstract concept, but as something we actually live out, giving God our life, our food, our appetite, our desires, our bodies, and our weight. Because for so many of us, this is the part that we've avoided. Before we go any further, though, I want to ground us in truth. Proverbs 3:5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Did you catch that? All your ways. All your ways. That includes our food, that includes our weight, and it includes the struggle that we've been trying to fix on our own. When we hear the word surrender, many of us think that it means giving up, like we're admitting defeat. But biblical surrender isn't quitting. It's not quitting. It's not giving up. It's actually just releasing control, letting go of our tight grip. It's saying, God, I don't have to carry this alone anymore. So surrender is actually choosing trust over striving, faith over fear, and guidance from the one who created us over guessing. For a long time, I didn't want to bother God with my food struggles. I had faith. I prayed about the big things, but food just kind of felt small, embarrassing, self-inflicted, so to speak. I thought I should be able to figure this out on my own. So I tried harder, controlled more, and failed again and again and again. And if I'm honest, I kept God at an arm's length distance in this area because I was afraid of what surrender might require. What if He asked me to give some things up, maybe even foods that I loved? Even more so, what if I asked for help and then I failed Him again? That thought kept me stuck. I just couldn't wrap my head around the fact that He even cared about this area of my life. But here's the truth that made things real for me. Luke 12:7. Even the hairs on your head are all numbered. Fear not. If God knows the number of hairs on our head, He knows about our cravings, He knows about our shame, He knows about our struggles, and He knows about our fear around food and weight. He cares. And He doesn't see this struggle as trivial. He sees it as something that affects our entire life, our peace, our health, and our ability to fully live. So many of us have tried to fix this ourselves. We followed plans, tracked points, counted macros, started over every single Monday or month or first of the month. And while those things may help temporarily, they never touch the deeper issue, control. I was leaning on my own understanding and it kept me stuck. Surrender began when I finally said, God, I don't know how to do this, but I trust that you do. I want you to picture this with me. Imagine you're injured, you're hurt, you're weak, you're exhausted. You've been trying to walk on your own for a long, long time, and you just can't get up anymore. And suddenly, someone strong shows up. Someone capable, someone who can carry you to safety. They reach down, they wrap their arms around you and begin to lift you up. But instead of letting them and relaxing into their strength, you tense up. You stiffen your body, you start kicking your legs. You grab at their arms, trying to control how they hold you. You're saying things like, wait, let me adjust. No, not like that. I can still walk a little. Just put me down for a second. You want to help, but only if you stay in control. And the truth is, the more you fight, the more you thrash, the more you resist, the harder it is for them to carry you. Not because they're not strong enough, but because you won't let go and you won't stop fighting. And that was me with God and food. I wanted Him involved. I wanted Him to solve it. I wanted relief. I wanted freedom, but only on my terms. I wanted Him to bless my plan. I wanted Him to help after I figured it out. I wanted peace while still gripping control with white knuckles. I was saying, God, help me, but don't take this from me. God, guide me, but let me decide how. God, rescue me, but only if I don't have to fully trust you. And surrender, real surrender, was the moment I stopped kicking. It was the moment I whispered, okay, God, you carry me. No more adjusting, no more bargaining, no more trying to prove I could still do it on my own. And when I finally laid still, when I trusted His grip instead of my strength, everything changed. Not because life became effortless, but because I was no longer fighting the one who was trying to save me. That's exactly what surrender is. It's not giving up. It's not weakness. It's just a simple trust, even when we're afraid. It's saying, God, I can't carry this anymore. I need help. And then actually letting him help. And friend, if you're tired, if you've been fighting food, fighting your body, your cravings, your weight, your mind, if you're exhausted from trying to fix this alone, maybe surrender today isn't doing more. Maybe it's finally laying still and letting the one who loves you carry you along the way. And here's the thing, surrender isn't usually a one-time event. It's daily. It's ongoing. Some days it feels easy, and other days it feels like we're right back to trying to take control again. That's why I teach simple, practical tools that help us stay surrendered, day by day, meal by meal, moment by moment. Tools that help quiet the food noise, refocus our hearts, and remind us to trust God instead of running back to those old habits. Because God does the transforming, but we still have to show up, stay within our boundaries, and keep inviting him into that beautiful process. That beautiful process means that surrender doesn't lead to chaos. It actually leads to clarity. Here we are, that word again, clarity. When I surrendered, God didn't leave me guessing. He led me to food boundaries. Remember, boundaries aren't for punishment. They are for protection. They help remove the noise, simplify decisions, and create peace. And my job wasn't to make the boundaries work. My job is to keep them and let Jesus give me the strength. Surrender looks like this: eating within boundaries, even when emotions are loud and scary. Trusting God when the scale doesn't move quickly, choosing obedience over urgency, and letting go of perfection and leaning into faithfulness. It's saying, God, I trust you with my appetite. I trust you with my body. I trust you with that number on the scale, and I trust you with this process. If you've been afraid to include God in this area of your life, if you've thought your struggle wasn't important enough, if you've been trying to fix it alone, please hear this. God is so faithful, always. He is so gentle, and he can be trusted with your food, your weight, your body, and all the struggles in between. When we surrender and trust, everything becomes more clear, lighter, and more peaceful. Today, I invite you to ask one simple question. God, what would it look like to trust you with this area of my life? You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to be willing to surrender. If you're listening today and thinking, I want this, I just don't know how to stay surrendered, I'd love to walk with you. You can learn so much more right on my website at lifeunbinged.com. I share tips, truth, and recipes, and I love helping others find the path to food freedom with God's strength. Thanks for joining me today. If you are ready to break free from food obsession and sugar cravings and start living your life unbinged, join me at lifeunbinged.com. If this episode spoke to your heart, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a review, or share it with a friend. Until next week, go in grace and walk in freedom.